The bright studio lights of Today with Jenna and Friends beamed down on the set as country music superstar Blake Shelton settled into his chair. Viewers had tuned in expecting lighthearted banter, maybe a few jokes about the voice, and some promotion for his new tour. But what unfolded in the next 30 minutes would leave fans stunned, and social media in chaos. The episode began innocently enough. Jenna Bush Hager, co-host of the show, greeted Blake warmly, joking about how he was too tall for the chairs, and how his Oklahoma charm always made the audience swoon. Blake laughed and played along, telling a humorous story about life on his ranch with Gwen Stefani. The studio audience loved it, clapping and cheering as the interview moved along. But then came a segment Jenna introduced as Celebrity Truth or Dare. It was meant to be fun, quick-fire questions, playful dares, nothing too serious. However, one of the questions caught Blake completely off guard. Jenna leaned forward with a mischievous grin. "All right, Blake," she began. "Rumor has it you turned down a huge deal from a network to host your own talk show. Is that true? And if so, was it because you didn't want to compete with your friends?" Her emphasis on the word friends drew some awkward laughter from the audience. Blake froze for a moment, his smile fading. "Well, Jenna," he said slowly, "I'm not really into playing the Hollywood game just to be in front of a camera. I'd rather be where I'm happy. And not everything in this business is about competing." Jenna pushed further, perhaps not realizing the change in his tone. "But Blake, isn't it true that some of your decisions have made certain The Voice producers pretty unhappy?" Blake's eyes narrowed. "Are you trying to stir up something here? Because if you are, you might just get it." His voice was firm now, and the easygoing atmosphere had shifted into something tense. The audience grew quiet. Jenna tried to recover, smiling and saying, "Oh, come on, you know we're just having fun here." But Blake wasn't laughing. He leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, looking unimpressed. Then, in an unexpected move, co-host Hoda Kotb attempted to smooth things over by steering the conversation toward Gwen Stefani and their life together. But that only added fuel to the fire. "Speaking of Gwen," Hoda said, "how's married life treating you? There have been a lot of headlines lately about." "Yeah, headlines written by people who don't know a damn thing about my marriage," Blake interrupted sharply. His voice was louder now, his Oklahoma drawl carrying a clear edge of frustration. The room was tense. Jenna tried to regain control. "Blake, we really didn't mean to upset you." But Blake stood up. "I came here to talk about my music and my tour. Not to have my personal life picked apart for ratings." He removed his microphone, placed it firmly on the table, and gave a short, frustrated laugh. "You all have a good rest of your show." With that, Blake Shelton walked off the set. The studio audience gasped. Jenna and Hoda exchanged stunned glances. The cameras quickly cut to a commercial break, but the awkward silence lingered long after the screen went black. When the show returned, Jenna and Hoda appeared composed, but their smiles were tight and their eyes betrayed the tension. "Well," Jenna said carefully, "sometimes live TV surprises even us. We love Blake and wish him nothing but the best on his tour." They moved on to the next segment, but the damage had been done. Within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were on fire. Clips of Blake's abrupt exit began circulating with captions like, "Blake Shelton just walked off live TV, what happened? Awkward moment on Today with Jenna and Friends, yikes. Team Blake or Team Jenna?" Fans were divided. Some supported Blake, praising him for standing up for himself and refusing to entertain gossip. "Greater than, good for Blake," one user tweeted. "He's a country boy, not a Hollywood puppet." Others felt he overreacted. "Greater than, come on, it was just playful questions," another wrote. "He needs to lighten up." Meanwhile, entertainment blogs had a field day. Headlines read, "Blake Shelton storms off Today's show, inside the heated clash. Country star vs. Morning TV, the feud no one saw coming." Behind the scenes, sources from the show told reporters that the questions had been pre-approved by Blake's team, something his camp immediately denied. Blake was blindsided, a close friend of the singer claimed. He agreed to a lighthearted segment, not a tabloid interrogation. By the next morning, the incident had gone fully viral. Blake addressed it briefly during a concert in Nashville that night. Between songs, he told the crowd, "Y'all know I'm just a regular guy. I don't do well with fake stuff." If you wanna talk about my music, I'm all yours. But if you're looking for gossip, I'll show you the door, even if it's my door." The crowd erupted in cheers. Jenna, for her part, issued a short statement on Instagram. "Live TV can be unpredictable. I have nothing but respect for Blake and his music. Wishing him the best on his tour." But eagle-eyed fans noticed that she didn't apologize directly, sparking even more debate online. Days later, speculation continued. Would Blake ever return to Today? Would this affect his other media appearances? Some believed the whole thing might have been a publicity stunt, pointing to the fact that ticket sales for Blake's tour surged after the incident. Whether intentional or not, one thing was certain: this wasn't just another celebrity interview gone wrong, it was a moment fans wouldn't forget anytime soon. And somewhere in Oklahoma, Blake Shelton was likely sitting on his porch, guitar in hand, watching the storm blow over, just the way he liked it.